Good day, everybody. I hope everybody's doing very well and taking care of their mental health. Today, I want to look into a subject matter that we avoid talking about or that parents don't know how to address because it's so sensitive. And this is where we have lower primary school kids having sex with the same sex or the same gender or engaging in sexual activities with the same gender. What do I mean with that? I mean, you have girls having sex with girls or engaging in sexual activities with girls, and boys having sexual activities with boys in the hostels. Let me break that a little bit more. So what I mean with that is, in the hostels, because it's only, you either have boys hostels and then girls hostel. What the kids are now doing is they are engaging in sexual activities where they are, I almost want to say, for lack of a better word, foreplaying the sexual act and not in its fullest. So meaning that there's no penetration in most of the cases, but there is the act of sexual activity, rubbing on the other person's behind, or playing with the genitals because of so many other reasons that are out there, which I'll definitely go into. Or we're having the same in the girls' hostels, where you're having girls engaging in sexual activities with the same girls, fondling, touching, and all of this. Now, what is happening? Is the world coming to an end? Is it the devil? Whatnot? There's a lot of reasons for this happening, and there's never only one reason. It's case per case. So one of the biggest thing that's an influencer is social media through pornographic videos that is just out there, and the kids get to see this. Parents allowing their kids to have a phone is one thing, but not monitoring what your child is going through or looking through is the challenge that we may have. Or you might have an adult at home who's engaging in pornographic activities or watching porn, and the kids are peeking through a window or a door, trying to understand what are the noises, what's this happening. And then if they see this, they definitely want to experiment this. And the only way they do this, or the only way they have the space to do this, would be in a hostel, right? So this is one reason. The other reason would be kids actually seeing their parents or their guardians having sex. I'm sorry, I had to say it. I'm that person right now. When the kids are seeing you guys having sex, sometimes they actually want to try out what this is, because they know it only happens at specific times, or when parents are angry and they get to hear the makeup sex. This is what kids want to then engage in, because like, so this is what's happening. And then maybe because of the hostels, they only get to be in that space, and it's only with the same sex. So again, I'm going to emphasize on the younger primary school, because I don't want to talk about high school kids, because that could be another reason for it. And could be this boy is generally attracted to boys, or this girl is generally attracted to girls, and that's another field, and I'm not talking about that, right? So sexual violence, when you have a child who has been sexually violated, raped, let's say you have a boy who's been raped by an uncle or a neighbor or whoever, what they want to do is they want to practice the same thing when they get to the hostels, because if it happened to me, I can then also transfer it to somebody else, because that's how they rationalize it. That's the one other element. Any sexual violence at home, anybody going through sexual violence or rape or whatnot, they want to exert the power over someone else when they are engaging in these activities. But for them, it could be as a game in a way, and not, there's no emotional attachment to it. It's more like, let's play this game, or let me do this, but there's no affection with it. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I'm trying to explain the best I could at this level. And so what you want to do, if your child has experienced any of this, and it's a trauma, right? You want to definitely have the child go for counseling. You want to see what happened. It could be any of the reasons that I've seen. It could be because they were in the hostels and the kids were engaging in this. They also participated, or they became a victim of this. And you want to see how intense they were injured and how you can help them, and support would be counseling. And it's okay if you go to the first counselor or social worker and they're not a right fit, try and find someone else, because you want to make sure that this child is safe and they understand the extreme of it, of what it could mean, and only when you have these conversations through a therapeutic session. So it's not it's not bad on you as a parent that you didn't do well in parenting this child or raising this child. It's just sometimes we miss these things because we are so busy. We're running around doing so many things as guardians or parents, and so we fail to see that these are the small things, because people are out there with ill thoughts and they do these things to our kids, and then we don't realize it until someone is badly injured at a school, and then you're sitting there and you don't understand how your child participated in this activity. And these are some of the reasons, but there are also more. I had a discussion a while back, and the one girl told me that, ma'am, I'm attracted to girls because, or I choose to be attracted to girls because I constantly see how my dad is beating up on my mom, dissing her in front of us and being horrible, and then raping her. And so I'd rather not have a man in my life that's going to do all this emotional abuse and physical abuse and then still enter my body. I don't want that. So hence, engaging with a girl, it's a bit safer and so forth. These are some of the reasons. And this is, I want to just have this open dialogue with all the parents and guardians as to, there's so many facets to these things. And you want to definitely have a session with a therapist, with your child, to understand what happened, what can we do right, how can I be a better support system to my child, so that we know what can we do differently to help this young, beautiful child to have a better future out there. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope, as much as it's a very sensitive topic that we don't want to talk about, I hope it helps you understand so that you can actually seek help and go for therapy with your child and your partner if it's an option. Yeah, keep doing you, take care of your mental health. And the young ones, sometimes they're doing these things as an act of play without understanding the extremeness of it all. I'll see you again.